Lillian is going to talk to us about the first step in the sous vide cooking process, which is vacuum packaging. This is a very large machine, much larger than anything else you'll probably see used in the regular restaurants, but it still does the same process. So why don't you show us how this works with the fake food, by the way, what this is.
Food, yes. So we have special bags that we'll put it in. And of course, when you're placing food in the bags, you want to make sure you don't get any food where you're going to be vacuum sealing, because that will break the seal. When you're putting it in, sometimes it's a two-person job to hold this open. You place the food inside. Make sure that you've got the open part of the bag over the seal, and then you slam it closed. This is sealed at the top when it's finished.
On the countertop, we have an immersion circulator. It aids in the process of sous vide cooking. So if you happen to see something that looks like this, it would indicate that they're doing that type of process, which requires a HACCP plan. But the immersion circulators actually come in lots of different ways. You can get a stick, a small one that you put in a small container. You can get this nice high dollar one. So it may not look completely like this, but the processes are the same. And Kara's going to talk to us about sous vide cooking and what it does and what it is.
Absolutely. So like Miss Autumn said, this is an immersion circulator. So you would use this to cook products low and slow, which is what we would call it. So at a lower temperature for a longer period of time. So right here we have our on button and off button. Make sure that it's plugged in. You're going to press the on button. It's going to show our temperature right here. We also have a Celsius and a Fahrenheit. This knob controls that and is able to convert whichever that you need. You want to make sure that your product is sealed first before you put anything in the water. When it's at the correct temperature, you would just place your sealed product in the bath. And again, able to just control the temperature right here. Of course, when you're cleaning it, you want to wash, rinse, and sanitize and make sure it's off before you do so.
Yep. Another thing to note is that generally speaking, and we were talking about this earlier, that it's a lower temperature for a lot longer. The reason why they're doing this is to keep the moisture in the food and for it not to dry out. So there's lots of techniques and uses for it, but this is something that an inspector would need to be able to identify.